Hello, hello. I said I would go live today if I had time. So welcome to the channel. I'm just going to pull you guys up on my big screen here on my television so I can see who's coming in. We're going to do some sewing. Yay! More sewing, more sewing, more sewing. Very exciting. Coming through! Turn the volume down on that so you guys don't get blasted out. And we'll wait for a few people here to join in. I'll take a sip of coffee while we're doing that. Hopefully some of you guys are on here and you get notified. Hello, it's Jolene with Stitchery Decor. Okay, so in today's live, we're going to sew fabric strip rugs, otherwise known as jelly roll rugs. So this is what we're going to make. And I sewed a bunch of the tubes already last night. So we're just going to do the round and round part of it today. You can ask me anything. Hi, Tina. I told you I would try to come live today. So I'm trying. Let me get the basket. Last night and this morning, I sewed this basket full of rugs. So now we need to do the round and round part of it. And yeah, we just do a whole bunch of lives here on this channel and have a good little chit chat as we go along. You can ask me anything. Try to have a little bit of fun in the world. And we're building a huge community here on YouTube. We've got over 7,000 subscribers on this channel. So exciting. So exciting. All right, so first we need to thread the machine. And I dressed up today, you guys. I got a blue sweatshirt on and matching glasses. Because I was looking for glasses while I was upstairs here, tossing my hair into a ponytail. And I thought, oh, look at those. Those are those fun blue glasses, and they happen to match my shirt. So I'm going to wear those ones today. Hi, Catherine. If you guys are wondering where I'm looking when I'm looking over here, I have my big television on. And I can see the comments on the television much better than I can see on my phone, which is where I'm recording this. So if I have to read the comments up on my phone, I pretty much need to squint and get my nose up all in your business. And we don't want to do that. Okay, so get ourselves situated. Where's everybody from today? We're going to use my FAF Quilt Ambition 635. If you need any of the supplies, I put a whole bunch of links in the video description. And they're affiliate links. So if you purchase something through a link, I do receive a small commission. There's a disclaimer. But for the most part, we just hang out here and have some fun. So how I start my rugs is I take the rug and I fold it into thirds. I can't believe I got this one almost perfect. I fold it into thirds. So the center is going to be 3 strips of the same color. And I just line it up so that where I do the color switch is where the fabric will change. So I do need to adjust this one just a little bit. Always have like the sewn seam of the fabric to the left. So from the side that I start with to the side that I'm feeding in, I have the sewn side to the left, and that therefore I have this nice little curved side to the outside of the rug. So that's how I start them. I know there's different ways to start them, but that's how I do it. And we just fold it into thirds until we've got it pretty well. There, I've got it perfect. You can see now. Fold it into thirds. Now, technically, this is not a jelly roll rug. It is a fabric strip rug because I cut my own fabric strips. Fact, I cut it with my AccuQuilt cutting machine. So I have the studio dies, and I didn't put a link in, but when this video is edited, I will put the link in. YouTube takes a while to process the videos after they go live. And I know I just didn't put the link in this morning, so sorry about that. But let's try to see. I had this set at 5 yesterday, and I think I'm going to try to have it set at 7 and 6 for the width. I start about 1.25 inches down from the fold, and I always have my needle in the needle down position, and I'm going to do the zigzag back to where I started the fold, and then I'm going to come forward. And I find by doing that, I've got a nice stitch holding things together, and it doesn't get all, you know, goobered up with thread. So I'm just going to check and make sure I like this stitch width, and I do. So that's good. We'll start with this. Perfect. So we're just going to feed the fabric in at the exact same tension until you come to the corner. And when you're on these very first corners, what you need to do is squish the fabric on the inside, like actually make little creases in it, and go super slow and just squish the inside of that fabric around the tube until you get the outside to lay flat. If the outside's not laying down flat, you know you haven't squished that inside corner quite enough. And I do have a long form video tutorial of this as well, where I walk you through each step with my camera, like right down here in the business. It's called the Ultimate Jelly Roll or Rag Rug Tutorial. It's on the channel. It's the pinned video to the front of the main channel. And I show you each and every step with like close-up views of the cameras. But these lives here, squishing the curves has really helped me. Okay, Susan. Hi, Susan. I just missed your comment there. She said, I watched your video tutorial from a few years ago. I have a new updated one, but squishing the corners around has really helped you get the rug flat, and I'm glad for that. But yeah, I have been doing this YouTube channel for years, and just recently started doing the live videos here now for a couple of weeks, and we're starting to build a pretty good community on the lives. And so these are meant to be like a coffee chat, ask anything kind of videos. So what we're doing is we're sewing the fabric. We're not pushing it or pulling it in any direction. This has always got no tension on it. And you sew it straight until you come to the corner. Slow the heck down and just squish some pleats into the inside, and the outside of the tube will lay flat. And if you don't get this part right and it's already going squishy or making a kidney, you've done it wrong. Go watch my video tutorial, the newest one, which is pinned, like I said, to the main channel there. It's got over 42,000 views on it. Thank you guys very much. And I walk you through each and every step and show you the close-up. So this is 100% cotton fabric, if you've never seen this done before. It's cut at 2.5 inches. And I cut my batting at 2.5 inches as well if I'm cutting my own batting. Otherwise, I use the Pellon fabric batting strips. Hi, Helen. Nice to have you here. Where are you from? What you doing today? I tagged a couple of products off my website for this too, which is the tube maker, the Clover fabric tube maker, and the Pellon batting as well. I'm in Canada, so if you're in Canada and you need those products, I can supply those to you. But if you're in the United States, I would just recommend getting them someplace else, because the shipping is going to be too much money for you. So 2.5 inch cotton strip fabric, and it's mitered. So we get these big long lengths of fabric. We lay the batting down on top, and we use the Clover fabric tube maker. I do have one here somewhere. Clover fabric tube maker, which comes in a box, and then it looks like this. Or, as you can see here, I've got it right handy on my desk. Comes in 2 parts that click apart. The biggest part you put on first, and you fold the tube in half. Then you fold put the half folded tube into the final one, and it folds it in half again. And you just bring it down on the fabric and sew a straight stitch or a serpentine stitch if you prefer. And I also have a video for how to use the Clover fabric tube maker on the channel here with all my best tips and stuff for it. So I give you close-ups of that and show you how to hold it so nothing goes cattywonker on you, and you can get a nice tube sewn. So last night I sewed, between last night and this morning, because it's, I don't know what, 12:30 or something here right now, I got 6 rugs here in the bucket to do this round and round part from. I'll probably get through a couple of them here on the live before I'm going to go live my life today. But hey, we're doing a live. So where is everybody from, and what are you up to today that has brought you to the live sewing channel? As you can see, I'm able to go faster as the rug gets bigger around those corners, and I've sewn over 1,500 rugs. So don't judge your starting point at my, I've done this 1,500 times point. It started for me with tears and actual curse words. Like, not even the nice ones. But I got it now. And we're doing pretty good. We're going to run out of bobbin thread here in a minute. I can tell by how it sounds. But we'll go until the bobbin's out, and then I've got a couple more wound up here. So these rugs have been made, gosh, for years and years and years. I can remember my auntie having one. It was probably like, I was maybe like 10 years old when I started noticing more of the crafting stuff. And my aunt had a rug similar to this. So that'd be like 1984. And she showed me how to do it here years ago when she was visiting my house. And I know there are tutorials and patterns and stuff for it, but I've never read a pattern. It's a round and round rug. They used to be called rag rugs, throw rugs. I am coming from the thumb of Michigan. I've been lurking because I'm washing blinds today. Rainy days in the summer forced me to be inside. So I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and we've had an abnormal amount of rain this year. So anytime that it's sunny outside, I'm like, okay, see you, I gotta go by. But I've caught up on a whole bunch of inside projects this year just because of how much rain we've had. Since I started keeping track, like recording keeping track of the weather, this July that we just had was the second rainiest that we've had since I started recording, like keeping track of it. I'm like, well, that's nice. Not really. But that has spared us from the forest fires that we normally get or get smoke from. And now that it's a little bit sunnier out, we are on to mosquitoes. Because after rain comes mosquitoes. So we're kind of soaking ourselves in mosquito repellent and trying to get outside when it's sunny out. And if you see anybody walking past this way, that's my husband. He's fixing our downspouts today. So it was so rainy, we had a little flood here in my basement a while ago. And over the past few weeks, he's torn apart all of the sprinkler system and the landscape drainage. And now he's redoing and redirecting all of our downspouts. Now that we've got that fixed up, we don't want it to happen again. So he's a master carpenter. He's quite qualified. and he's decided to take that on today. So I said, okay, fine, no problem. You're going to do this for a few hours. I can't really help him with the project because frankly, he doesn't want any help from me. But I said, I'll go live for a couple of hours while you're doing that. And then we'll get the heck out of here, go for a bike ride on our e-bikes, and go enjoy some weather this afternoon. So we've actually got a couple errands we're going to run. Go get a couple prescriptions for him. So we're going to ride our bikes this afternoon to the store, which is kind of fun. All right, new bobbin time. I did pre-wind a couple of them. Everybody's quiet today. We did a live yesterday afternoon, and I would say there was probably 6 of the members of the channel that were on, and boy, were we chatty. It just went on and on. They went on a thing, we're helping people. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on here, but okay, whatever. So I'm like, I'll catch up with you guys in a second. Just go into the chat and do whatever you feel you need to chat about. So that was kind of fun. I didn't have to direct the whole session. So how many of you have been here before? I know I've got one lady here tell me she was lurking. Do we have any other lurkers here today that have been here before but just haven't said anything? Couple little threads. I love these little snips. These are Westcott titanium. I got them at Michael's, the craft store Michael's. Used my 30% off coupon, and I actually have, well, I'm down to 2 pairs. One pair, gosh, I don't even know what happened to it, but it just basically fell apart here a couple weeks ago. It wouldn't cut anything. So I was like, well, it's not like they owe me any money. I've owned them probably since they started making them, for a very, very long time. 15 years at least. Hi, Jean. Susan has been subscribed for a long time. How are we liking the lives? Because I've only been doing those for a couple of weeks, and I always did, you know, a lot of the long form videos. I think there's like almost 800 videos on my channel now. So all kinds of tutorials, not just rugs, you guys. I teach my whole entire product line. And the reason I do that is because I cannot make this stuff for everybody. I don't want to. And I feel like we're kind of losing some of the, you know, crafting, where an older generation would teach the newer generation how to do stuff. And so I figure, why not? Get in on the fun. So this is my newest machine. I unpacked it here on the channel a couple weeks ago. I'm loving them. Sometimes I watch the show after the live. Thank you, Susan. So yeah, you guys, if you're interested, you can always watch the lives after the live. You just go to the main channel, and where it has all the videos, it'll have like the short videos, it'll have playlist videos, and it'll have a section for the lives. So you can see all the stuff we've been making live. I'm loving them too. Honestly, I actually am kind of loving them better than the long form videos. You're still learning how to make the product, but it's way more interactive. People can ask questions, and not just about what I'm making, but about business stuff as well if you're interested, and how I'm running my business and some tips and tricks for that. So it's been kind of fun. How are you doing that? How am I sewing this? With a zigzag stitch? Or how am I going live? Can you confirm what the question is there, Jean? I do take coffee breaks because otherwise I cough. if you're asking about the rug itself, I have these big, long, huge pile of fabric tubes that I sewed yesterday and this morning. They're 2.5-inch strips of fabric sewn around batting. And in order to get it sewn into a tube, I use the Clover fabric tube maker, which I have a long form video tutorial on the channel for that. And I actually have, if you're just joining us, the long form video tutorial for how to do the rug start to finish on my channel. It's the pinned video at the very beginning of the channel called the Ultimate Jelly Roll or Rag Rug Tutorial. And I walk you through each and every step on it. And I make a huge rug and I get you guys going so you can make these for yourselves. Now, in this case, like I mentioned, this is technically a fabric strip rug because I did not use jelly roll for it. Jelly roll is a trademarked name for the 40 strips of fabric that come in a roll by Moda. And other designers call their things roll-ups, roly-polies, strip packs, all different kinds of names. Yes, that's it. Okay. So yeah, we're sewing the, we sewed the fabric around the batting into a tube, and now we're making the rug. So Jean, I would recommend for you to watch that other video that's pinned to the beginning of the channel. And when I'm sewing them live like this, it's kind of like a coffee chat thing. Well, it is a coffee chat. I'm having coffee and I'm chatting. This is coffee chat. So the one I'm making right now is just a small 20 strip rug. I have a huge amount of product that I take to Christmas markets with me. I have, I think it was, when I counted last, 98 rugs sewn already for the Christmas markets. And it's a couple of months away until I get there. So November 6th will be my first day at a Christmas market. So I'm just trying now to build up as much stock as possible. And I also need to work on my YouTube channel, so why not do it at the same time? Sew the rug, have a chat. This machine won't, oh, I guess I could turn it up. This machine doesn't go much faster on the zigzag stitch, but I also don't have missed stitches with it, so that's a bonus. I've got the zigzag set at 7. And the length of it at 6. So how far apart is set at 6 and how wide it is set at 7. So you just don't put any pressure on this rug in any direction. You want what you're feeding into it to be loosey-goosey. Don't push or pull in any direction. Don't pull your fabric up like this. And if you just go slow and let the machine do the work, you should get a flat rug as long as you've started it flat in the center. And I'm going to sew probably 2 rugs here. We started out sewing the center of this one, and I talked you through how to get around the center, but we'll do another one here in a few minutes when this one's done up. So we have, like I say, 20 strips of this one. How many strips do we have left? We only have this many strips left. And after we're done sewing this one, I'll go over how the channel membership works if anybody is interested in joining the channel as a paid member. First of all, we have, if you subscribe to the channel and go watch the videos that have the gold presents, like little gold gifts on their on the video thumbnail, follow along with the directions in those videos and you can win a prize. But when I'm done this rug, I'll go over the channel membership prize. It's something to behold, I'll tell you that. It's huge. So trying to build a channel membership up now. It's going pretty good. We've only been doing this for 2 weeks and we've got 12 paid members. And there's benefits to being a channel member, and I'll show you what the biggest one is when we get around these last few strips. So talk amongst yourselves. Oh, funny. Sometimes I wish this machine would go quicker, but then I also don't miss skipped stitches, which sometimes has been happening with some of my other machines here. And if you're wondering, oh my gosh, why does she have so many machines around here? It's because I did have some staff and I let them go. And now I am just going to do the markets this year by myself. And I can do that because I am not doing any summer markets this year. Typically, I would be at a farmer's market every second weekend. I would do 2 huge farmers markets. So I would do one on a Saturday, one on a Sunday, had my car packed up for both. And then, so I'd work the Saturday and Sunday, and then the next week I would not be working the markets. I would only go to them every second week. I'm going to try to say this. Hi, Nothemba. Is that right? Nothemba? I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Hello. But this year I decided I'm not going to do the summer markets. It was just too much. My husband was sick with some colon cancer, and I was like, well, you know what? This is a sign for me to stay home. I said it right. Yes. I'm trying so hard to get everybody's names right. And then we've got Twafik. Let me know if I've said that right. Hi, welcome. I hope you like it here. So just slow and steady as she goes. Your patience is gonna need to be in your back pocket for this project. And I like I said, when I started these projects out, I started the rugs with tears and actual curse words because I was like, this is impossible. How am I ever going to get this flat? Hi, Sabrina. Welcome this afternoon. I told you I'd go live if I could. So yeah, I just kept at it and kept at it and kept at it. And I will tell you things that have made a difference. Quality fabric, thick batting, a good sewing machine, and polyester thread. Very important for this project. You want a thread with a high break because you're going to be stepping on these rugs and washing these rugs. You want them to last for years and years and years. If you use cotton thread and you're, flopping this thing around in your washing machine, chances are that cotton thread is going to break down over time. So use a polyester thread. It has a much higher break point than cotton. And that should help make your rug last longer. Hi, Catherine. Checking in from Saskatchewan. Well, whereabouts in Saskatchewan? Because, we're neighbors. And I have a lot of family in Saskatchewan. So whereabouts you from, girl? All right, we're just coming up to the end of this rug, and then we're going to go over the channel membership giveaway, which is getting bigger and better all the time. So stick around here for a second, and we'll go through the whole big gift pile here. Channel memberships are $2 a month. In order to get in on this draw, you have to be a paid member. When we reach 150 paid members of the channel, I'm going to do a random draw from all of those names. Weyburn. Well, then you know where all my family's from, because we're from Caryville, Gainsborough, and Cardiff area. I'm sure you know where that is if you're from Weyburn. Hi, Ray Ray. You're back again from Gilbert, Arizona. And Travern, saying hello from Brisbane, Queensland. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And now Catherine's going, what's your last name? I'm sure. Because you guys have to understand, if you're from Southeast Saskatchewan, it's very small. So like the town my mom's mom was from was probably like 250 people, and I would be like 7th generation from there. So I can still go to the grocery store and walk into the grocery store, even though I haven't lived there in years. And people will say, hi, Jolene, because they know who I am, which is like, that's crazy small town. And I've lived in Calgary for years and years. But when you come from a small town like that, everybody knows everybody. Yeah, Catherine's like, absolutely, she knows where it is. So my mom's last name was Forrest. My dad's last name was McDonald. But we're all like Elliott's, Hubbard's. Oh my gosh, I just went blank. What's the other one? I'll think of it in a second. Like my mom's mother's, my grandmother's family, like it was like Viola Hubbard. There's actually like a camping trail ride or something happening north of Caryville this week. I just heard on the Hubbard Trail of all things. You got my second correct. You got my names correct the second time. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Okay, you guys, so for channel members, here's what we're doing. And Jean is from Northern Ireland. Okay, I'm going to show you all the good stuff first. Because we do want, this is the goal of the channel. I want to build a channel as big as like that Mr. Beast guy, who's the biggest YouTuber. And he does all these crazy fun things. Right now, he's spearheading this thing called Team Water. They're trying to raise $40 million to put water systems in different places all over the world. So a whole bunch of people, 2 million people will get clean water for decades. So he's working on that. So if you've ever seen any of his work, I want to be like that, but for crafting. So can you imagine? There's an estimated 84 million crafters in North America. And 7,000 of them are on this channel now. So we just keep building it. And it's going to be fun. I'm determined. We're going to have fun. Okay, so I guess I don't need my glasses for this. We've got this huge prize pack. If you're one of the first 150 paid members of the channel, your name will be put into the draw for this huge prize pack we're giving out. The first thing you'll receive is a jelly roll tube maker. Very important because you need this thing. Then we did a live video a couple weeks ago where we made this Christmas tea towel. And you can go back and watch that live as well. It's pretty interactive. You guys helped me pick the buttons. A couple days ago, actually, we did soup bowl cozies in this coordinated color. And I asked everyone during that live if they would rather have put into the gift pile 2 sewn ones or 4 unsewn. And they said unsewn. So there's a set of 4 soup bowl cozies there. And of course, there's a tutorial on my channel for all of these things. Then we did fridge magnets with my new magnet maker because I was looking for a scrap busting project to use up all my little scraps because I feel like it's just such a waste. So the magnets, you can watch the replay of the live as well. I'm making them with 2 1/8 square fabric. So you'll receive a set of 6 Christmas magnets. And now I'm going to put those into my my booth. And then we talked about my book. So we included that in a draw, which is From Zero to YouTuber. If you know somebody who wants to do something like this, or you want to do it yourself, grab them the book. It's on Amazon right now. I put a link in the video description, but it's From Zero to YouTuber by Jolene Airy. It's basically a $2,000 course in a book that costs $14.95 American. Then we did a live where we had a set of 2 Christmas placemats with Robert Kaufman fabric. So you'll get those. And then we did a live with me announcing the new memberships. And it is a FAF quilt gift box. So there's 2 quilting rulers in here, a rotary cutter, rotary blades, and 2 packs of FAF needles. And then on the bottom, we have the FAF rotating cutting mat as well. So this is all part of the members only draw when we reach 150 paid members, and it's $2 a month. So it's super inexpensive. And then because it's Saturday and I'm going to include this rug we just sewed, which would be a $70 value as well. So this is a 20 strip jelly roll rug. We're going to add that to the gift pile. So it's going to, at some point, it's just going to take off and go through the roof, and we're going to get our 150 paid members. Right now we're sitting at 12. So the gift pack now is valued at 500 Canadian dollars. Crazy. I know. Call me crazy. But you know what? I'm just sick of all the crap in the world. So I'm going to have fun and take a few people with me, like, because why not, right? If you want to join the channel, there's a join button at the top of your screen. My bobbin's pretty much empty, so I can get rid of this one. There's a join button at the top of your screen that will say join, or you can go back to the main channel page and there'll be a join button there. Or you can go in the video description. Now I've lost my bobbin here on the floor somewhere. Sorry, girls. There'll be a join link in the video description that you can copy and paste. So I think the easiest way is after the live to go to the main channel and click join from there. It's like I say, it's $2 a month. It's inexpensive. And if Steph, or one of our regular Steph was here, she would tell you it's a quarter cup of coffee, people. Because she's funny like that. We love her. So yeah, you can join from there. I love those packs. Me too. It's going to be a great gift for whoever wins it. So when we reach 150 paid members, I'll put all the names into like a randomizer tool and we'll pick a random winner. And then I have to get a hold of you. So don't be shy about that. I have to get a hold of you. You have to give me your address. I'm going to send it to you free of charge because it's fun. So somebody's going to win. And then as the channel grows, we're going to do more and more and more of that because it's fun. Have I mentioned fun lately? I'll tell you, the last couple of years, not so fun. My husband had colon cancer. It went terrible. He had a couple of surgeries that just went sideways and ended up in a coma for a while. And it was just an absolute nightmare. So we had absolutely no fun here for a long time. And now that he's feeling better, I'm like, we're going to have some fun. We're going to cut the crap. We're going to not spend time on things that don't make us happy. We're going to ride our e-bikes like we're going to do this afternoon. We're going to go camping with our friends, all those kind of fun things. And we're just going to not worry about what the world has to say about it. And sometimes I think stuff like that just, you know, makes you make bigger changes. So if this is your jam, make sure you subscribe to the channel too. Because there's a whole bunch of lives on here right now, but we'll do more lives, do more tutorials for you guys as we go along, and increase these prize packs as much as we possibly can based on the membership count and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you join, you can't win. It's kind of like winning the lottery. If you don't have a ticket, you can't win. And this isn't affiliated with YouTube or anything. I'm not sure who just joined. Oh, is this my girl from Australia that sent me a message this morning? I can't see your message. It just disappeared up here. And you said, oh, I can't see the video. But I can see one of my actual paid members has left a couple of chats here. Hi. Yeah, see, I told you we've been doing lives. So I haven't posted like other videos this last couple weeks, but we've been doing the live. So today we're sewing a rug, and if you just joined us, we added a rug into that big prize pack, which I'll go over after we sew the end of this other 20 strip rug here. We'll do at least one more rug, and then we'll go over the prize pack again. Time for coffee, so we don't cough. After this bobbin, we're going to start another rug. It's going to be another 20 strip rug. I have 3 of them, 3 of the exact same gray ones to do. So we'll get that going. And then in the bucket, I have a 26 strip gray rug, and then I have two like orange colored rugs. I think today I'll just do either 2 or 3 of the 20 strip rugs on the live, just depending time wise, because like I said, it's nice outside. My husband should be done the rerouting all of our downspouts, and then we're gonna head out. But at least we're here. Getting some work done this morning. My nose gets itchy all the time with all the fluff in my office. Ugh. Fluff, fluff, fluff. So we've got a couple people here from Australia right now. Sorry to hear about your husband's health. Both my father and brother had cancer this year. Yeah. Normanique Townsend. And we've got Jen M. Normanique, I don't know what the full is. I think your comment got cut off there. So that kind of sucks. So leave another comment so we can see what you're talking about there. All right. No, there was another lady who's a paid member here. She just joined in. She sent me a message on the on my page. So there's a few. I think there's 2 or 3 of you guys here from Australia right now. So again, if you're just joining in, we're going to sew a 20 strip fabric strip rug, otherwise known as a jelly roll rug, except for I cut my own strips. So this one is technically a fabric strip rug. And what I do is I fold the first one into thirds until it lines up perfectly to where the next color starts. And then my center is all one color. So the reason I do this too is because it doesn't matter then if it doesn't matter how long the fabric is. Sometimes quilt fabric is 42 inches or 44 inches, right? So if you're trying to start your center by how many inches it is, you'll have a color switch in the center. And if you just fold it by thirds, then you don't have that color switch. Jeffrey, it's the FAF Quilt Ambition 635. And when YouTube's done processing this video, I will put a link in to the sewing machines, except for, no, I already have a link in the description for the sewing machines. So if you go ahead to the description and look at the sewing machine link, copy and paste it, you'll see all the machines. And I believe this one was, well, I paid $18.88 a couple weeks ago here in Canada for it. And I think it's, it's a similar price online. So if you're interested in the machine, that's, I have affiliate links, guys. That's just the way life works. I have affiliate links to all the supplies, and that's how I get paid. So if you want to buy something through a link, that's how I get paid. All right. I start sewing about 1.5 inches from the start of it. And then, Dad doesn't have it now. Brother is being controlled. Okay, well, that's good news. Yeah, my husband is feeling much better. He's currently cancer-free. So we just had a couple of years of him being really sick, and then the surgery is going to crap, unnecessarily crap. So lots of very serious extended hospital stays with lots of complications, and now he's feeling better, and we're very grateful. All right, so we're going to come up to this first corner, and if you guys are just joining us, we have a full-length tutorial on my channel where I have the camera right down up in the business here, and it's called the the ultimate jelly roll or rag rug tutorial. It's the pinned video to my channel. It has over 42,000 views, and I show you close up how to do each and every step of this. So this sewing is meant to be like a coffee chat sewing if you're just joining us. And feel free to ask any questions as we go here. But the actual step-by-step, how we got to this point and how we get everything flat, I show you really close up how to do that. So go ahead and watch those. All of my products. I have tons of videos on my channel with all of the products that I've been making for years and selling. I teach you how to do it on this channel. Because why not? I cannot go to a Christmas market in every city with my handmade stuff. So it's the Quilt Ambition 635. It has 198 stitches on it, which I'm quite liking. Especially when I go to do my tea towels. It's got all kinds of decorative embroidery stitching. So I'm hoping this will be worth its weight in gold this year. This is my third faff. I have Singer Heavy Duty. I have Husqvarna Vikings. I've got a Singer Confidence Quilter. I've got a Singer C52. And then I've got a Pfaff, I believe it's a 4.0, yeah. And then I've got a Pfaff Creative Ambition, which I just do embroidery on. The mats are so clever. It's 4 a.m. here, so I'm trying to get some more sleep now. Have fun. Girl, go get some sleep. 4 a.m. Watch the replay. Go to bed and then watch the replay later. Or just shut your eyes. No, it's not an industrial machine. It's a Quilt Ambition 635. It has a wide zigzag on it and 198 different stitch options. Yeah, you can always come back and watch the replays of the lives. You're not going to miss out on much. So I was at like out shopping for fabric. I had a list of fabric I still like literally actually needed to do, needed to do my Christmas market. So I was out shopping a couple weeks ago for specific colors to fill in some of the holes I was missing for my product line. And I went to a couple different quilt stores, and they had this machine on sale. And I bought a machine from them, the embroidery machine, a couple years ago. They know who I am. They know I'm a local business, like all the things. And so, you know, got service in there pretty quick. And she was telling me, you know, the machine's on sale, which is great, but also that the next shipment of machines that they were getting in would be subject to the tariffs. So I know there's tariffs taken off now, but you know, they come and go, right? And I was like, well, I was going to wait till the end of the year to, you know, get more machinery and stuff, you know, to grow my business, make sure I have my tax write-offs for the year while I'm growing my business. Because I swear, I started from absolute zero, you guys. Like, I would have to go to the store for a meter of fabric at a time. And I just kept building, never spending any money, and just kept pouring all the stuff back into my business. And that's how I got to where I'm at now. So please know that I, you know, bootstrapped would be an understatement. But I did it, and now it's, you know, 7 years later. They say if a business lasts 5, you're probably okay. And now we're at year 7. So I decided that day, I was like, well, I'm here anyway. You've got the machine. Let's go. So I just had her wrap it up for me. It was a really quick transaction. I was there probably between buying the fabric and buying the machine, 20 minutes. So, because because I was on a mission that day. And I do have commercial accounts where I buy most of my fabric by the bolt. But you know how it is, right? You have a project and you're just missing that one, you know, fill-in color piece. And you don't necessarily need a whole bolt of it. But I want to get some of my different colors of tea towels integrated in this year. So I was out at many different quilt shops that day, because we do have quite a few in our city, just buying you know, a few meters here and there at every shop until I got all the colors that I needed off my list, which I had on my phone, and picked up a machine while I was at it and came home. So I'm feeling pretty good about that, because half the effort of having a business this size is the shopping. Hi, Elena from Brazil. Welcome to the channel. We're sewing a fabric strip rug here. Thank you for participating. Where is everybody from? Because these lives are crazy. There'll be people come and go, and I just love hearing where everybody's from. A couple weeks ago, we had somebody on from South Korea. I was like, what in the YouTube universe? How on earth did you find this while you're in South Korea? Like, to me, that's crazy. To just put your live stream on and then reach people. Like, we've had people, Brazil, Australia. Did somebody say they were from Ireland here today? That's crazy. And if you're wondering what I'm watching up there, I watch for your comments. I have my big screen television up there. And it's much easier to read what you guys are saying on the big screen than it is to read it on my phone, which I'm recording on. Live from my iPhone 15. No fancy equipment required. No excuses. If you want to start a YouTube channel, grab my book in the video description. Is a link to my book that's available on Amazon. It's available in every country in the world. And it'll show you a step-by-step plan to start your own YouTube channel. I can do this, I can assure you, you can as well. Even my long form video of this rug, I did with a detached retina, and I have an eye patch on. But I did the video and it's paid off. Thank you, Elena, thank you. That is very sweet of you. I busted my butt. And I'm trying not to be arrogant, but I try to really soak up a compliment. Because I did start from nothing and I have worked really hard. So when people give you a compliment, at some point you have to start believing them. You know, when they say, I heard like 100 times, oh, you know, your work was so beautiful at the first Christmas market. And it was like 3 years later before I said, thank you. Where it just like, you know, hit me of like, people actually like my work. And I you know, should soak those, it's like soak it up, like savor the moment, right? All right, so the stitch is set at 7, and that will be like how wide it is, and then 6 for how long it is. I think that's how it works. We're using a 40 weight polyester thread. I did my first sewing 2 weeks ago at over 50 and I'm loving it. Way to go, Steph. Way to go. What did you sew? What did you sew? Now I want to know what you did. It's addictive. Just call this my happy place. I'll be here all day. please tell us a bowl cozy. Were you here for the gift pack announcement? For the members only? That was like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes ago. Were you here for that? If not, let me know. The machine was a gift from a friend. Oh, that's amazing. What kind of a machine is it? Oh, you just found us. Okay, Steph, stay here for the end of this rug, which is a 20 strip rug. So it goes pretty quick. And in like about 10 minutes, I'll go over the members only prize. And if you're a new sewer, you're going to want it. So stick around for a few minutes. I don't want to interrupt. You know, some people just saw it here. We don't want to do it too many times. But we do have a channel membership gift that's valued at 500 Canadian dollars. And you should get, if you want, you can get in on the fun by joining the channel. A Viking Husqvarna 200. That's amazing. I have Viking Husqvarna Onyx 15s. I have 2 of them. So like, if you just joined us, I did have staff. On top of my husband being sick, my staff was being very naughty. Just a whole bunch of problems with them. Lying, to be honest, lying. The lying is just like, I can work with through almost anything, but now you're lying, and that's like a deal breaker for me. So all my machines are home right now. I'm not doing summer markets. I'm just winging it here on my own, getting all my stuff together for my Christmas markets, which is why I'm doing so many lives. Yeah, that's okay. It just is what it is, right? Like, I went through 3 rounds of staff, and this year I'm like, I cannot handle anybody else's drama or stupidity. So if you don't want to handle anybody else's drama or stupidity, or even just try to manage it, then do it on your own for a little bit. Not to say I won't hire again, because I probably will. Just have different projects that keep coming up that take my focus off of this. But you know, you live and you learn. I do more business training, and you know, I figure out some of the issues that I could do better at, just to be a better manager. And you know, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect either, but it happened, and now I'm just gonna sew here by myself this year. People love drama, so maybe I'll do a video one day where I tell you why I fired all my staff. Who would watch that? Be like, oh damn, that's some tea. Like, it falls in the category of, are you freaking kidding me? Like, what is wrong with you? Do a live sew where I tell you about all the staff I fired. See how many views that one gets. That would be hilarious. You can't name names, of course. They might even be watching the channel. I don't know. But yeah, just stupid things. And the funny thing is, you know, you tell people to please go away, like, I'm not going to deal with you, and then they pop up somewhere on your social media, and it's like, why are you watching me? Like, what are you doing? I'm a homeschooling grandma of 3 and woman farmer. I have had times like that. Yeah. I don't know, something about farmers too. I came from, like, my family's from very small towns, right? So a bunch of them had farms. I lived in the country for quite a while when I was a kid, and then moved to the country myself. And there's something about farmers. We just have no, like, patience for stupidity at all. It's like, you're costing me money, you got to go. So when I restart my thread, I always start it just with the like straight stitch back and forth a little bit because I don't want these huge janky piles of thread. 100%. Oh, dealing with stalker stuff right now. Yeah, 100%. Well, see, I always say to my husband, I'm not special. I can't be the only person this is happening to. And he's like, no. And I'm like, no, seriously, I am not special. I cannot be the only person that's had to deal with this stuff. Like, let's get it figured out. Let's Google a solution because somebody probably put it on YouTube. Even while he was in the hospital super sick, I had basically tore a strip off his doctor. And I was like, we are not special. We cannot be the only people having this problem. Phone for backup. I don't believe you. Like, we can't be the only people in the whole entire world this has happened to. I think you're full of crap. So my husband's sitting there with his jaw on the floor, and I'm like, well, it's either that or you die. So which would you prefer? Like, we need to get somebody else's eyes on this. And turns out that did help, so. All right, we're almost done here on this one, and then we'll go over the prize pack again here. How many strips do we have? Oh, like 4 round and rounds here to go. And if you're bored with it and you want to just go watch another live, hit subscribe. Go watch out some of the other tutorials on the channel. Love you for that, for doing that. If you need some of the supplies, they're listed in the video description. And then hours from now, when YouTube is done actually processing the video, I'll go back in and be able to make those links actually clickable, so you don't have to copy and paste them. But I have no secrets here whatsoever. I tell you the machines, I tell you like every single gadget you can get on Amazon that will help, from the snips to the batting, the Clover fabric tube maker. And I have the tube maker for sale on my website, but unless you're in Canada, the shipping's too much, so go buy it someplace else. I don't want anybody getting ripped off. Crafting is expensive enough. Hi, Misty. Welcome to the channel. Where are you from? Is that a sari I see you wearing? Very pretty pink. North Carolina. Welcome, North Carolina. We got North Carolina in the house. Welcome, welcome. I'm Jolene. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And this is my crafting business. I teach everything I do right here on my channel. So today we're making fabric strip rugs with 2.5-inch strips of cotton sewn around Pellon batting, also at 2.5-inch strips. The batting, if you're in Canada, you can get on my website too. And I've made about 1,500 of these rugs, so I'm getting pretty good at it. I say that and now I'll screw something up, right? Don't get cocky, just be confident. Big difference between confident and cocky. At this point, I am confident that I can make a rug. 1,500 of them. You would think if I wasn't confident at this point, I would have just quit, go cried in a puddle or something. All right, probably 2 minutes, not even, and we'll go over that prize for the paid members. If you're a paid member of the channel, which costs $2 a month, you will will be entered into a draw if you're one of the first 150 paid members of the channel. The join button is at the top of your screen or on the main channel page. You can find the join button there, or you can find the join link in the video description. And if you're one of the first 150 paid members of the channel, your name will be put into a randomizer when we reach that threshold, and I will do a draw for the fabulous prize, which is now valued at 500 Canadian dollars. You're gonna have to give me your name and your contact information and your address and stuff, and then I'll send that to you free of charge. But I do have to be able to get a hold of you, and obviously I'm going to announce your name on the channel to say, you know, this person won this, so that everybody knows it's on the up and up. It's not affiliated with anybody, it's just from my channel. It's not sponsored by YouTube or anything like that. So we're following the YouTube community guidelines and just trying to build a fun group here on YouTube. So far it's going pretty good. All right, cut this one off, show you the finished product. All right, the first part of the prize will actually be this rug that I sewed. So we've got 3 of them that we're sewing here today in this exact 20 strip rug. So that will be part of the prize. Then we have the, Sabrina, are you familiar with Joann's that went out of business here in the States? Yeah, we're very familiar with that. Just, we are. We have a fabric clover tube maker, which you need for this project. So that will be included. We have, thanks Steph, a set of 4 unsewn soup bowl cozies. So you'll receive that, and there's a link to the video tutorial on the back if anybody else wants to watch the video tutorial. It's already up on my channel. We have a copy of my book, which is From Zero to YouTuber, currently available on Amazon by Jolene Airy. If you want a copy of the book, you can follow the link in the video description or go to Amazon and grab a copy of the book for yourself if you want to do something like this or know somebody that does. My book is like a $2,000 course in a book there for you. We made Christmas magnets. I needed a project to use up all my scraps. So these are cut at 2 1/8 square fabric pieces. And I bought a new fabric magnet maker thing. We did a live with it. We actually did a couple lives with it. And now I'm able to use up my fabric scraps. So you'll get a pack of 6. We have Christmas tea towel. We also did a live for using the new FAF Creative Ambition 635. So that will be part of the gift pack. Then we have 2 coordinated Robert Kaufman fabric Christmas placemats, which we also did a live for. So you can see how these are made. We did a couple different colors of those, but we're giving away the Robert Kaufman ones. And then we've got this, I don't want that to fall down, FAF Create Quilters Kit. So it is 2 quilting rulers, a rotary cutter, rotary blades, 2 packs of needles, and underneath we've got a rotating cutting mat. So in total, this is 500 Canadian dollars. And go ahead if you're interested and join the channel so you can get in on the fun. $2 a month to join the channel. And like I said at the beginning of the live here, I would like to be as big as Mr. Beast, but for quilting. And we're just going to keep at it until we have all kinds of paid members. Thank you for the compliment. All kinds of paid members to the channel, and then we'll be able to do all kinds of fun things because those prizes don't come free, and it's just going to be fun. I'm determined to have more fun, so you're invited to the fun. So we're going to do this rug one more time. I think this will be the last time I do it. I need a bunch of rugs for my craft market. So I sew my first color into thirds. If you're just joining us, we're making a jelly roll fabric strip rug. I always sew with my sewn seam to the left, and even the one that I'm going to sew onto this one, the seam will be to the left, and you'll have that nice curved outside. And I start sewing 1.5 inches down from the top on a zigzag, and I go backwards first and then forward. Looks like I'm going down a video watching rabbit hole. Well, I don't know. Do you want the help? It's fun here though. Come on. It's fun here. Yeah, I do have the full-length video tutorial for this. I have the Super Cozy tutorial, dish drying mats, oven mitts, stockings, lots of tea towels. I have my dishcloths. I have magnets. I have my cards. Everything I do, my mandalas, all the designs that I have for my mandalas, all of that. It's a fun place to be. And these are all products that I make, that I sell, that I know sell. So I'm not teaching you crap here. Why is this not right? Okay, hang on a second. Let's do this. Now I got it. Except for I didn't go backwards first. Well, dang. All right, now we'll go. Okay, one more time for the cheap seats. We'll do this rug, and then that's it for me for today. So these are the last, what would it take, like 25 minutes to sew this rug with this? This is the time, you guys, if you've got questions, concerns, and comments, go ahead and ask. We only have one rule on this channel, which is no complaining. I don't even have a complaint box that you could leave a comment in. Because, you know, seriously, what do you got to complain about? I'm showing you how to do sewing. Ah, crazy. All right, coming up to the first corner, just going to trim off the couple little threads here from where I started this one. And remember that I've never made hair scrunchies, so I don't know. Can anybody answer this? Right now at the corner, I'm squishing the inside in so the outside lays flat. And Steph, I have the main video on my channel at the beginning of my channel is the ultimate jelly roll rag rug tutorial. And that shows you like the close-up down here portion of everything that I'm doing from start to finish. So yeah, no, I've never made a hair scrunchie, not one time. I just stick to the products that I make. So sometimes when people ask me questions about other products, I'm like, I literally have no idea how to do that. And I'm not going to claim that I do because I don't. So I know there's some professionals that, you know, are making bank on hair scrunchies, and I just have not done it. What needle size are you using? I'm using the 116 needle for this one. Yeah. Hi, Kat. Have you been here the whole time? Kat's one of our members. Thanks, Kat, for joining the channel. And you can use the Janome purple needle as well on Amazon. There's a whole bunch of fake purple needles on Amazon now, but it's the Janome purple needle, and that helps with skipped stitches because it has a little, from what I understand, like a little nub underneath that picks up the bobbin thread, and therefore your stitch doesn't skip. It depends on the machine. So I use glide thread all the time, and it works well. I would suggest cleaning everything, changing your needle. Does that make sense? Just popped in to catch a live. I've only been here about 10 minutes. Well, 10 minutes is is good. I appreciate 10 minutes of your time. Are you working again today? On your lunch break? Like, yes, it was you yesterday, right? That was working and popped in on your lunch break? Yeah, so this, I use Glide all the time, but I also, this one I got on Amazon, and I have a link in the video description for the actual thread that I use. So go to the description either before or after this video and click on the Amazon Jelly Roll link, and the actual thread that I bought, which I'm actually using right now, is in that link. I try to give you guys as much information as possible because honestly, you're making this stuff. I know how to do it. I can show you much easier. I had to learn it all on my own. And I feel like there's kind of like this hidden network of like, I know the secret, but I'm only going to tell you part of it. And then I'm going to charge you like $500 for the rest of it. It's like, why? Like, why can't you just tell people what to do? Or you have to pay for a class for every single thing. It's like, no. Put a $2 membership on your channel. Get a whole bunch of people to join. So nobody's paying thousands of dollars for a class. It's like crowdfunding. Who's the member now? Do you recommend... would you recommend the tiny spools of jelly rolls? Okay, the tiny... Oh, that's on Amazon, right? Tiny spools fabric. I actually did a video. My thread just broke, which is funny because we're talking about broken thread. I did a video on the channel here with tiny spools fabric. And Sabrina is like $5 a month. Yeah, so the memberships start at $2. You can pay as much as $5 a month. But yeah, it's like, it's crowdfunding for crafting with giveaways. Like, you don't have to charge somebody $500 for absolutely every single thing that you do. That's also why I wrote a book, because I could make a $2,000 course and charge everybody $2,000 for the course, or I could write a book one time and put it up on Amazon and everybody could get it for $14.95 American. Why not? Like, I'm not losing any sleep over it. Sabrina. Sabrina, did you change your icon? Sabrina is one of my members too, I believe. Yeah. Sabrina is, I think she just changed her icon because I can't, you must have changed your little picture there because I don't think that's the same picture that you had when you joined. Okay, what am I doing? I'm going back and forth here on a straight stitch. Now I'll go back to here. And Sabrina doesn't know me. That's funny. Hi, Sandra. Sabrina is a paid member. She bought my book. She's been loving that. I don't want to speak for her, but she did tell us that yesterday, so I guess I can speak for her. And then she's thinking about getting in on, I have paid training as well, like one-on-one, like really in-depth training, business training. So she's going to book that as well. That's where I would help you, like on a one-on-one basis. Where are you at with your particular business? And you can book a 1-hour session or a 4-week session where you actually save money on the 4-week sessions. The weeks don't have to run concurrently. I just help you get it set up much quicker, and then take your business to the next level, next level, next level. So I do have paid training for that. But for most of the people that are like doing the crafting and just wanting to start a small business, all the information is available in my book and on this channel. So I've not even... Steph, you're going to rock it. Husband showed me how to use the machine. That's funny. I'm saying and speaking the truth to the ladies. Yeah, Sabrina's in on it. Spoiled Trinity. I believe my machine can sew a button, but I'm scared I will mess the machine up. I don't even have a button tutorial on my channel, but I bet you somebody does there, Trinity. Somebody would have like a how to make a button thing on your machine. And then fear is just the lack of practice, right? That's all fear is. Once you've practiced something, you just don't get scared of it anymore. And Sabrina's going to email me back. Yeah, we're just going back and forth on time frames with Sabrina. So she'll email me back when she's ready and get that booked in. And did this just break again? Oh, I'm out of bobbin thread here. Let me change the bobbin. Just is catching a little bit because it's at the end of its life. All done. Like by hand. Well, I've been sewing since I was a kid, but I really started taking it seriously in 2018. I had a big health problem of my own, and had done lots of crafting, but nothing on this scale. And then I had this big, huge fibroid tumor, and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get back to work just based on how sick I had been. And it was a massive tumor that they had to take out, not cancer, but just a whole bunch of bad stuff there. And so while I was recovering from being that sick, my husband's like, what could you do if you were at home? And I said, well, I could craft. And as it turns out, this room needed to be renovated. So we just renovated it ourselves, you know, got all the furniture like on Facebook Marketplace or gifted from a couple of girlfriends of mine. My husband's a carpenter, so he bought some inexpensive cabinets at Home Depot, which I painted. And we got the room all set up. He said, just tell me what you want, where you want it, so that I could actually work. And I started like really slowly, and now it's 2025 and it's going gangbusters. So everything in our life just seems to change like after a health problem. Either him or I. Yeah. Okay, well, this is much happier now for a minute. See if we have to change anything else. This needle might need to be changed at some point here too. I've been sewing on it now for a couple of days. So if anything else goes wrong, we'll change the needle out, because we are working it pretty good here. What do they say, 6 to 8 hours for a needle? Is that about it, right? I didn't sew the tubes with the sewing machine. I sewed it with my Singer Heavy Duty. It sews much quicker, but I don't like the zigzag on it because that machine is pretty well on its way out the door. It's pretty worn out, and it's currently not sewing zigzag very well, but it does sew the straight stitch pretty good, and it's super fast, much faster than this one. So I've just been switching out the machines. So if, I'm going to be very happy to have 3 rugs done here today. I'll tell you that. And I can probably do the other ones after supper. And we'll see. Maybe I'll see time-wise, you know, for how many lives I can do this weekend. I kind of want to do one like later in the day, because I feel like I'm missing some of my traffic, like from Australia. And I have a couple of members from Australia, so I would like for them to get in on the fun as well. So I know there's a huge time difference, but trying to do the best we can. Does anybody have any questions about the rugs? We've got 35 people watching right now. We're just making sure the fabric goes in evenly. We're not pushing or pulling the fabric in any direction. We're just letting the machine pull the fabric in at its own pace. We're making sure there's absolutely no tension on the tube that we're feeding in. We've got it set out a nice wide zigzag, so we're catching the fold of the fabric on the underside as well. And we're just going slow and steady. Oh, Steph, you're on a crash course to learn. That's awesome. I've got tons of products on my channel that I actually sell and make money. So when I go to craft markets this year, if you guys are my regulars here, don't answer this, but how much money do you guys think I take to when I enter the Christmas market season? Some of my regulars know the answer to this already, but how much do you think I would take to my craft markets? And I've been doing this for 7 years now. Just off the top of your heads, anybody take a guess? We'll leave that question lingering here for a couple of minutes, and then I'll give you the answer. Because I just want you guys to have like fair expectations as to, you know, this level of crafting that you can get to by all means, but don't compare your beginning to my end point. Wholesale or retail? Okay, so this will be my retail. How much money I'm taking into the Christmas markets? How much money in product I'm taking into the Christmas markets? And bear in mind, I do 4 weekends of Christmas markets. I do farmers markets and do about 200 a weekend, but that's way different, yeah. And like I do farmers markets in the summertime too, but the farmers markets that I typically would do are, they're huge. Like they would get, you know, 3,000 people a weekend through their farmers market. This summer I'm just taking a break, just because if you weren't here, my husband had cancer and was sick, really sick for the last couple years. So this year I'm just taking a break from the farmers markets and just going to concentrate on the Christmas markets. So how much retail do you think I take? I will tell you this year I want to sell 25% more than I sold at last year's Christmas markets. Yeah, and if you live in a tiny town surrounded by tiny towns, that's what you get, right? So these are like one of the Christmas markets that I did a couple of years ago. It would have it had 75,000 people through over 4 weekends. It's just a whole different level. Now I've sewn right off. I wasn't even watching. What the heck? I've sewn this tube, not even together. Holy cowfish. Yeah, they're ginormous. So I'll just give you guys the answer because nobody's guessing here. Let me get this thread out here and I'll start over. See, even me, I'm not perfect. I just decided the tube didn't need to be sewn together at all. I was just going to sew one part of the tube. Steph, where do you live? With these tiny little towels. Okay, just pull some of this out. Okay, so last year I took in $55,000 worth of stock. That would be retail. I didn't sell that much, but that's what I took in. And this year I would like to take in 65. North Central Arkansas, yeah. So this year I'd like to take in $65,000 worth of stock. We'll see if I get there. I'm busting my butt doing it, but we'll see if I get there. So at some point here in the next couple weeks, I'm going to go around my studio, and I'm going to... Hi, Steph. Welcome back. Hi, Steph. Everybody, Steph's a regular. At some point here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to go through all of my products, and I add them up. And then I put a number on my board. I have a whiteboard here behind me. And then I just add and subtract, like if a store orders or whatever, on that board every day until I do the markets. And that way I stay motivated because it's like, well, should I quit working tonight or should I make another $100 worth of product? Or should I take today off or should I make product today? And once I have the number on the board, that's very motivating. because you know, you see it. And if you've got a goal whatsoever, write it down, because it just floating around in your head does nothing. If you can visualize it and put it on, you know, on paper, you're way more likely to reach it. So Steph, some of these other girls are paid members. They join for $2 a month or $5 a month. And they've been here for a couple of weeks. So join in on the fun. Thanks for saying hello to everybody. But we're a pretty good group of girls. We've got, you know, gone back and forth with all kinds of helpful information for others, where to get products cheaper, you know, just ideas and chit chat and stuff like that. So I do the lives as much as possible. Will you repeat that, please? Okay, I'm okay. I'll repeat that. I'm going into markets this year. I want to do $65,000 in retail, like product that I take into the market. I don't sell that much, but I want to sell 25% more than I sold last year. I'm not going to tell you how much I sold last year, but I did go into the market last year with 55,000. So essentially I want to increase what I take by 10,000 and increase my sales by 25%. Does that make sense? So in a couple weeks here, I'm going to go through my whole entire studio. I'm going to add up all of my products. So I'm going to add up how many soup bowl cozies I have, what's the dollar value, how many Christmas cards I have, what's the dollar value, how many rugs I have, what's the dollar value, how many tea towels I have, what's the dollar value. And then I'm going to put my dollar value up on my whiteboard so I know what my dollar value is that I have in stock. And then once I can see that number, that just motivates me to keep going, to work an extra hour, to find another product to sell that has, like I put my designs on some products, all kinds of fun new things this year too. How many more magnets I have to make. Yeah, I do write it. I will write it on my, you can't see it here right now, but it's typically in behind my computer where my whiteboard is, and I will write the number down. And then every time I put a price tag on something else, I will add it to the number on my whiteboard. So the number ideally will keep going up, unless I have stores order or something like that, because I have my products in some stores. The number should keep going up. And then my first day of Christmas markets is November 6th. So if you see your goal, you're way more likely to reach it. So this spring, like basically since my husband got out of the hospital at the end of March, I had to take a couple months off. Really, I took about 3 months off, where I just concentrated on him getting better and getting some things done around our house, getting some clutter cleaned out, doing garage sales, that kind of stuff. And I took essentially 3 months off from my business aside from writing my book. And now I've got 2 months left here to get all the things made for my Christmas market. So I'm going to be spending like morning, noon, and night here for the next couple of months, getting all my products ready for market, all the things that need to get organized for that, hosting the training. If you guys are booking training, there'll be time in the day for that, doing the lives on YouTube, and, you know, just making sure I'm spending some really good quality time with my husband, which I'm going to do here in about 15 minutes. And, you know, trying to balance all the things and have a bit of a life as well. So we go hard until the Christmas markets are done, and then I'll have a bit of a break again. We'll see. And I don't get me wrong, I do have a couple of weekends between now and then, like 3 weekends that are booked for things like camping, going to see some friends at a hot spring resort. thank you, Sabrina. Sabrina did buy my book and is finding it very helpful from what I've heard. I'm subscribed and a member now. Looking forward to learning lots. Time to feed the fuzzy cows. Have a spectacular weekend. Steph has fuzzy cows. Now I'm jealous because I do not have a fuzzy cow. Oh, some days what I'd give to be able to go outside and do some chores. But all I have is a Cocker Spaniel now. Is the Christmas market indoor or out? What is the price spread over your retail items? Do you have lower item prices? Yes, all of the things. I have the highest priced item that I sell is $145, which would be my largest rug. I don't have anything priced over $150, just for the psychology of selling. The lowest price is $6, which are my cards, and I have card collections. So I have like everyday cards like that say mom, mother, congratulations, thank you, happy birthday, and with love. And then I have a whole collection of Christmas cards as well. All of my products are mix and match. So I have stands, and each stand has all of my products on it in a particular color. So each stand has cards, 2 coordinated dish cloths that I hand crochet. It has the fridge magnets, soup bowl cozies, dish drying mats, tea towels, mandala art, pillows, and potato bags. And I have 9 different stands with different colors on it. So pink, gray, black, yellow, taupe, red, and some florals. And then I have Christmas stands as well. So all the products are mix and match. And if you want to watch my studio tour, I do have a studio tour video on the channel here where I go over all of that. And that way, typically, if I sell somebody a rug, they also purchase a card. And that's a $6 sale. And I will be sewing a rug, typically sewing the tubes of the rug while I'm sewing soup bowl cozies, while my embroidery machine is running for my reindeer, while my Cricut over here is running, and I cut my cards at the same time. So I don't have all the machines running when I'm doing a live, just because it's rude to have that much noise going. I will leave you on why I'm out. Okay. Bye, Steph. Thanks for joining. I hope you get your cow sorted out. But yeah, that's what I do. I have all kinds of price range for my products, $150 being the most expensive. My art is $95, framed art. My tea towels are $25, dish drying mats are $25, soup bowl cozies are $15. So hopefully that helps. Bye, Sabrina. See you next time. Maybe tomorrow if I got time. But yeah, that's what I do. Does that help you? I hope that helps. And we're just tacking down these last few little stitches on here. And then we'll butt. Yeah. If you guys are leaving the chat, leave some hearts on your way out the door. Sabrina's got it figured out. Thank you for that. So here's the third one. So we did 3 20 strip jelly roll rugs. Does anybody want to see the gift prize again on the way out the door? If you're a paid member, you're entered into the gift prize. I can show it to you guys once again. I don't know how many people are new and just joined in right now, but we do have a paid member part of the channel. Jacqueline, I wish I had half your energy. Thank you for the information. Great help. You're welcome. No problem. I really, really, really hope to inspire people to do this for themselves. So that's the goal of doing all these lives, having all the videos on my channel, all that kind of fun stuff. So let me know. We'll give it here 1 more minute on the live. If nobody's asked to see the gift pack, we'll leave it at that. If you're just joining, you can go watch the video back. We have a $500 giveaway prize for one paid member. When we reach 150 paid members of the channel, we're going to do a gift draw for this huge gift pack. Missy just subscribed and looking forward to learning more. Thank you, Missy. That's very kind of you. Thank you for being here. So if you want to join the channel, it's $2 a month. There's a join button at the top part of your screen. There's a join button on the main channel header. There's a join link in the video description. It costs $2 a month. If you're one of the first 150 paid members, your name will be automatically entered into the draw for the $500 gift pack. You have to give me your address. I'll send it to you free of charge. And we're hoping to grow the channel to like the size of Mr. Big, but for quilting and crafting fun stuff. And I think we can do it. Like we're already at 7,000 subscribers. So that's kind of crazy. And yeah, so if you want to go see what the prize pack is, go rewatch this live. We've got it up here a couple of times. You're in London. Welcome. Welcome. We're just finishing up today, but you can always watch this on a replay. I'm going to go join my husband in the sunshine and take a loop around on our e-bikes. We're going to go to the store, actually. Run a couple of errands on our e-bikes. We're trying to be a little bit healthier, and he had a lot of surgeries, so the e-bike is really helping him because he can start building his core back up. So that's pretty exciting. And there's tons of videos. There's like 790 videos on this channel, which is crazy. So tell a friend. There's my ask on the way out the door. Subscribe to the channel. Join if you want to get in on the prize pack, and tell a friend about the channel, please and thank you. And other than that, I don't see any more questions coming in. So we sewed rugs and it was fun. And we're going to do it again. Because I'm crazy and we have to have so many rugs for a Christmas market. So I have to come over to my phone and pull it out of the stand and everything. And then we're going to finish up for today. Alrighty. There you go. You get a weird close-up of my face, but that's fine. All right, you guys, we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Leave a heart on the way out the door. Bye-bye.